Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. From UPI, Iran issued a stern warning Monday, threatening much more devastating retaliation should the United States follow through on President Donald Trump's threats to strike civilian infrastructure. Trump had declared a power plants and bridges day attack if Tehran failed to reopen the Strait of Hormuz by Tuesday, a deadline he extended from a previous Monday night ultimatum. Iran's military command, Khatam al-Anbiya Central Headquarters, stated that any repeat of attacks on civilian targets would trigger a widespread and devastating response. Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Qasem Gharibabadi accused President Trump of publicly threatening war crimes, citing international law. Amid these tensions, U.S., Israeli, and regional sources suggest a slender possibility of a 45-day ceasefire deal, with Iran reportedly demanding reparations for damages and guarantees against future attacks to reopen the strategically vital strait. NPR reports on heightened tensions as President Trump issued a new deadline for Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz, threatening to bomb the country's power plants and bridges if it fails to comply by tomorrow evening. This follows the rescue of a U.S. Air Force officer whose plane was shot down in Iran. Carrie Khan reports from Tel Aviv on intense regional concerns, with missiles intercepted by Kuwait and the UAE, raising doubts about air defense systems. Mara Liasson notes the rescue's positive optics for Trump, but points to his inconsistent strategy on the strait amid low approval ratings in a midterm election year. In space news, NASA's Artemis II crew is poised for its closest lunar approach today, aiming to travel farther than any humans before. Lunar scientists have identified 35 observation targets for the astronauts, who have already sent back stunning images of Earth. Domestically, upcoming updates to the Americans with Disabilities Act regulations are set to enhance digital accessibility for blind college students, addressing long-standing barriers. Additionally, today, show host Savannah Guthrie returns to air following her mother, Nancy Guthrie's disappearance 2 months ago, citing her mother as inspiration despite her grief. Al Jazeera reports that Pakistan has put forward a two-stage truce plan aiming to halt the U.S.-Israel conflict with Iran and facilitate the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Both the U.S. and Iran are currently considering the proposal, which was relayed via Pakistan, serving as the sole communication channel in these delicate negotiations. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Esmail Baghai confirmed Pakistan's diplomatic efforts, but indicated that Iran would not agree to reopen the Strait of Hormuz as part of a temporary ceasefire. He also stated that Tehran views a prior 15-point U.S. plan as illogical and lacks confidence in Washington's readiness for a permanent resolution. The proposed Islamabad Accord suggests an immediate ceasefire and Hormuz reopening, followed by 15-20 days for a broader settlement. With final talks in Pakistan's capital, this broader agreement would reportedly include Iran's commitment to forego nuclear weapons in exchange for sanctions relief and frozen asset release. The ongoing conflict has resulted in over 2,000 deaths in Iran since late February and extensive casualties and displacement in southern Lebanon due to Israeli strikes. Pakistan highlights significant distrust as a major challenge in mediating the dispute. UPI reports that Israel announced on Monday, April 6, 2026, it assassinated Majid Khademi, head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps intelligence organization in Tehran. This operation, confirmed by the Israel Defense Forces, follows a wave of airstrikes targeting Iranian infrastructure and aims to eliminate senior military leaders supporting Iran's ruling regime. According to an IDF statement, the killing was based on precise intelligence guidance from the Military Intelligence Directorate and represents another severe blow to the IRGC's command and control systems and its ability to direct terrorist activity against the state of Israel and countries around the world. This assassination is part of a broader U.S.-Israel war with Iran, which began on February 28, triggered by the killing of Iranian leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Israel has previously claimed responsibility for the assassinations of other high-ranking IRGC officials, including Navy Commander Ali Reza Tangsiri, Basij Paramilitary Force Head Gholamreza Soleimani, and IRGC Commander-in-Chief Mohammad Pakpour. According to Lian Huzaup South, South Korea is taking proactive measures to secure its crude oil supply by deploying 5 South Korean-flagged vessels to the Red Sea port of Yanbu in Saudi Arabia. This initiative aims to establish an alternative route for crude oil, bypassing the vulnerable Strait of Hormuz, which is prone to disruptions due to escalating U.S.-Israel-Iran conflicts. South Korea, heavily reliant on Middle Eastern oil for about 70% of its imports, faces significant economic risks from soaring oil prices and inflation. In response, the government has prepared emergency measures including potential fuel price caps and proposed a $17.2 billion supplementary budget. President Lee Jae-myung-her has even warned that the economy is effectively in a wartime state. Special envoys will also be dispatched to Saudi Arabia, Oman, and Algeria to negotiate additional oil supplies, while the public is urged to adopt energy-saving practices. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.